In England and Wales, it is estimated that 312,000 children annually lose a parent to imprisonment, and 17,000 of those are separated from their mother, who is often their primary carer. However, little thought is given to how these children are affected. I'm Shona Minson, and I work at the University of Oxford's Centre for Criminology. In my PhD research, I looked at whether the impacts on children are considered when a mother is sentenced in the criminal courts in England and Wales. This was the first study in England and Wales to hear directly from children and their carers about their experiences whilst their mother was in prison, and from Crown Court judges about their practice when sentencing parents of dependent children.
For many children, the separation from their primary carer can have long-term implications. And so it's really made us think that we really do need to understand properly, before we pass sentence, what the implications are and make sure we have all the right information.
I found that these children suffer from their mother's imprisonment, experiencing a range of detrimental impacts on their health, education and well-being. The guidance and mechanisms for considering the welfare of these children do exist, but are not routinely used, whether by the sentencing courts, local authorities, legislators or policymakers.
I don't think many of us understood, I certainly didn't understand, the rights of the child to have that relationship with their primary carer. And as a criminal judge, it's very important to be reminded of the wider perspective so that that right of the child can be part of the sentencing exercise.
My research has been referenced in several parliamentary debates, has informed government policy, and has led to an inquiry into the rights of children of imprisoned mothers by the Parliamentary Joint Committee for Human Rights. Funded by the University of Oxford's ESRC Impact Acceleration Account, I worked with a range of partners to produce 4 films which were based on my research findings. They share the experiences children and carers face when a mother is imprisoned. The films explain the court's duties towards these children and are targeted at 4 audiences: sentencers, probation staff, solicitors and barristers, and mothers at risk of imprisonment. The films were launched in January 2018 and are now embedded in criminal justice training.
We're really interested in raising practice at court, we're really interested in raising our practice generally. So as a result, we've used Shona's video, we've used the paper as well. And we've used that in 2 ways really. The first way is so that we ensure that newly training probation officers are aware of these issues. And secondly, we've used Shona's work also to inform new guidance which has come out to probation officers and probation service officers about how we deliver advice to court. And that is to make sure that in all cases where carers are at risk of custody, we would ask the court to adjourn proceedings to allow us to fully assess the impact of a custodial sentence on families, children and the carers, but also to make sure with children's services that we have adequate plans in place to manage and safeguard the risks and any issues relating to the children for those parents that have gone to custody.
The work has also influenced development of new practice. The March 2019 guidance from the National Probation Service on pre-sentence reports states for the first time that probation officers must request an adjournment for a full pre-sentence report in cases where the defendant has child dependence.
The research papers and the film that Shona has provided have been enormously helpful to judges. What I admire so much about Shona's work is that it's very practical, and she has demonstrated to us in very stark terms the real implications for children if their primary carer goes into custody.